it's important to recognize that the Paris Agreement itself functions largely through peer pressure, and where there's peer pressure lacking, it's sort of time for the UN Secretary General to get involved and the Executive Secretary of the UNFCCC to get involved, and it's really just bang on doors and make the point that near-term emission reductions are hugely important, because rapidly, if we don't see those now, we'll have a CDR burden to face that will be, landing on the backs of future generations, really, and also will be just hugely expensive to deal with later than to deal with through emission reductions and getting CDR options off the ground on the sooner side. So I think there's quite a bit of pressure that should be brought to bear at the UN level on parties. And I think parties should equally be exerting the pressure that they can on each other. I think within the UNFCCC process, within the Paris Agreement process, there'll be a need to devise incentives that can actually work and not inadvertently result in some perverse outcomes. That's happened previously, for example, in the flexible mechanisms. And so I think there's room for the research community also to consider what sorts of incentives work for what sort of CDR options and what sort of contexts, without creating really problematic sustainable development challenges in the meanwhile. So there are quite a few areas in which work needs to be done, and quite a few players. I think, all these quite large IGOs and NGOs to really just step up the game, because the window of opportunity is shrinking.